Okay, first up we're going to change our settings so that we can actually import the data correctly. So I'm just going to click on the Start menu. I'm just going to go to the Control panel. And what we want to do is just move down to Region and Languages down here. And we're currently set at English United States, so what we need to do is just change that over to United Kingdom. And there you go, you can see that the data is now changed to day, month, year. Okay, so I'm just going to hit Apply, and that should stop any kind of errors when we're doing your inputs. Just back over to Edmodo. We've got a practice exam here and the accompanying file, so you're just going to need to download that and export it. This is our paper, and what we've got to do is import this file here and then set all of these different data types. So I'm just going to head over to Microsoft Access. In the exam, it would actually tell you to kind of name your database accordingly and save it in a particular folder. So I'm just going to call it test. And I'm actually just going to save that to my desktop so that I can find it later on. I also saved the data file over there as well. So when you load up Access, we don't want this table. So just click X, it's going to delete it. And what we actually need to do is import the data file into Access. So it's a CSV file, which means comma separated variable, and we import it as a text file. So I'm going to click there, and we're not going to import it into a table that's already been created. We're going to use a brand new table to do this. So I'm going to click on Browse, go to my desktop, and there's the file I need, and then click OK. And as you can see, it's all set up and it's delimited, which means that the characters are separated by a comma in this case, so each field is separate. So I'm going to click Next. There we go, it's separated by commas, it's split it all up now into different columns. The one thing we can see straight away is the fact that we've got the field names on the very first record. We don't want to import them as a record, we actually want them to be acknowledged as field names, so I'm going to check that, and that will bring it in. If it doesn't show them, if it just shows like records, don't click that, because you're going to lose the first record, and therefore it's not going to work very well in the exam for you. So I'm going to click Next, and the next step is to go through each of these different data types, go through each of these and check the data types. So back over here, the first for text, followed by numeric, which is currency. So I'm just going to go and set that. So that one's text, that one is, that one, and this needs to be changed from long integer to currency. What Access is actually trying to do here is it's trying to figure out what the data types are for you. Well, you've got to be careful because it doesn't get it right all the time. So the next one is text, and then we've got numeric 2 decimal places. Now, for numeric 2 decimal places, we've got integer, which is a whole number, and double actually allows us to have values before and after a decimal place. So we choose double, and next we've got text, date, text, and then Boolean. So back over here we've got text, date, it's already select that for us, followed by text, and then this one's, it's assumed it's a long integer with it being a number. So we're going to change it to yes or no, which is the Boolean representation of that data type. And we click there. If we also take a look here, it says make sure that you use these field names. The VIN is the vehicle identification number, and each car will have a different VIN. So it's kind of hinting that this is actually the primary key. So rather than let Access create one, we're actually going to choose this as a primary key because it said it's unique, so we might as well use it. Then we click Next, and we're going to import it to a table. Let's just go over here, just check. It's not asking us to name the table, so we'll just leave it at that, and then click Finish. Okay, so let's just click Close, and there we go. We've got our table. There's no errors. If you do see an error table here, it means that you've imported incorrectly, and therefore you've lost records and perhaps even fields, and you're not going to do well in the exam if that shows up to you. If that happens, you're going to need to go back over it again. Okay, so let's just open this up. We can check the data like so. We've still got this value here, which is a minus, or actually a 0. There we go, you can see that. I'm just going to go over to the design view here, and for this one here, we want to put it in the format of yes or no. So change the format to yes or no, and then if we go back over here, it should ask us to save it. Yep. And now if we look at that field now, we can see that it's now changed that to from a -1 to a yes, and from a 0 to a no, which is what we want.